Greetings and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents The Titan's Gift, Season 2, Episode 9. I'm your game and host, Marty. Streaming from the new apartment. This is the first D&D stream from the new place, from the new digs. We've got the Seattle crew in here today. Matt, Luke, and Gene are at the table. Neil may be joining us a little bit later. He is working from home and is on call and has work issues to deal with. How's everyone doing?
So good.
Yes?
So good, dude.
I've been working. I'm doing fine. I'm not on call. I haven't been on call yet at the new place.
Nice.
Yeah. What else can I say? It's good.
I'm loving this command center we're streaming from.
Yeah, this is pretty impressive.
This is awesome.
So we've got the DM set up here, and then there's the map tool server. Then I've got a laptop just because I want to be facing you guys as opposed to having my back turned to you and just talking you stare at my ponytail. This is where the third monitor is actually a TV behind Matt's head. This is where we're capturing what is going on map tools, and then when Neil joins, his face will be up there. Those are the perfectly. That's my 10-point rack, which is
look at that, perfectly aligned.
Perfectly aligned with the Huntmaster Luke.
So good.
And then way at the back there's a bunch of movies and stuff like that. And we've got a touchscreen monitor that we've got flat on the ground, or flat on the table, and we've got map tools running on that.
That is a touch thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't
the new digs. The new digs. We will play tomorrow. Enter the Dungeon with the Ontario crew on Thursday and on Saturday this week, and we'll be back to the grind. Awesome. Moving while sick.
Fun.
With a sinus cold is a strange sort of like punishment from some weird circle of hell.
You got the coronavirus.
Oh no, it was pre-coronavirus, but it was just miserable. Where I wanted to like curl up in my couch and die.
Hipster coronavirus.
Yeah, I had it before. It was cool.
It was bad. It was bad.
That sounds bad.
Gene, what's going on with you, man?
Been building GCC at work for the past couple of days.
I don't know what that is.
The new compiler collection. We're compiling compilers.
That's very meta.
Yes.
Meta compilers.
It sucks.
Cool. Does it suck or is it awesome work?
It sucks.
Okay.
It is. Well, because the thing's huge. The source code checkout is a few hundred megs, and the build process on like a pretty strong machine is, at least 3 or 4 hours for the language we're building.
Oh my god.
And that's not counting self-tests. And naturally, you do it, and then you're like, okay, now here's these 3 little things that need to change. Okay, let's rebuild. And okay, these 2 other little things, and so forth and so forth.
So you in 3 hours.
So it's work.
Yeah.
It's why it's called work and not play, I guess.
Yeah.
Color Out of Space I saw a few nights ago. It was really fun to watch Nicolas Cage go nuts, and it was actually a really nice adaptation of the Lovecraft short story.
It was actually appropriate for Nicolas Cage to go crazy in this movie.
Sure.
It's always appropriate.
Especially The Wicker Man.
It doesn't have to be a movie.
Movie by that same guy.
Mandy?
With Nick Cage. Mandy. Yeah.
Was that good?
No.
No.
But also yes, because Nick Cage.
Okay.
I mean, it's insane. Like it's a caricature of the 80s. It's yeah. So weird.
It's bloody. It's weird.
Yep.
Do you want the caricature of the 80s? Chernobyl.
I watched it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I have not seen it yet.
Loved that.
Yeah, that was fun.
Loved it. Yeah. I really enjoy nuclear energy, like as a concept. I think it's fascinating.
That is my favorite comment from you, Matt, in so long.
Love it.
I love it.
It reminded me of as a not fan of World War One.
Yeah, exactly.
How was the move, Fox? Oh my goodness, the move was a special circle of hell. I was sick while I was moving. I had a really bad sinus infection over Christmas, And then I had the same goddamn thing a month later when I was moving. So I don't know if I was completely over it or what. But yeah, finally set up for the new digs. I'm going to log on Twitch on this computer so I don't have to turn around.
That was gonna be my next question.
Just Marty spinning around in his command chair all night.
I would find it kind of awesome though. He was straight up looking back.
Just
He's like not even turning to us.
yelling over his shoulder as Macronom.
Or better yet, like speaking quietly so we have to strain to hear.
We're all leaning in.
Alright, why don't we do a quick recap of what happened last game. Last game was called Witch Witch. Zephyros meets with the Oracle, who agrees to construct a mighty staff of evocation for him using the crystallized dragon scale. It will, however, take 15 days or so to complete. The party lingers in the vicinity of the Fant ossuary. Saun shares the story of his time in the Beastlands and shows the party the magical icicle that he acquired.
Mm-hmm.
The party speaks with a local hag that offers them the gifts of prophecy in exchange for a Yrthak egg. Zephyros conjures a magical shelter from the sweltering desert heat. The professor and Zephyros pen spells while Pharisee scouts out the nest of the Great Mother Yrthak. And let me change the maps to the nest of the Great Mother, which I had to redraw from last time because I was slow to save the map tool file, and then my computer basically did an update,
I'm sorry for
which
your
reminds
loss.
me to do save campaign. There we go.
Do my hand drawings?
Part of it. DM can have some secrets.
Lady never tells.
Valley of the Titans. So let's wander back to the Valley of the Titans for a second. I'll point out which butte or kind of outcropping is the Yrthak nest. The nest of the Great Yrthak is at the top of this outcropping here. And there's kind of a bowl in the center where those two pillared towers are flanking.
Mm-hmm.
If we go to the map, nest of the Great Mother, these are the two. Nice. These are the two large pillars that are flanking a bowl in which there are trees and broken wagons and the detritus of the victims of the many Yrthak throughout the ages. Pharisee did see that kind of in a hollow at the center of the nest, underneath a very large tree log, she spotted 6 eggs. 2 of them had a yellow sheen, 2 of them had a green sheen, and 2 of them had a purple sheen. And the Mother Yrthak over the last few days has been calling out into the Valley of the Titans as her mates have not returned. They're rotting carcasses in various spots in the vicinity.
Who did that?
Yeah,
Who
I
did that?
wonder.
Feels bad, man. Feels bad.
Bunch of jerks.
Bunch of jerks. So, Pharisee has returned. It's been you guys have been in the desert now for 10 days from Bostera out into, well, not all of you, but 10 days out from Bostera to the Valley of the Titans. You've lingered here for a few days while you investigated the lair of the Smoking Butte, and now you've been sort of baking in the sun, waiting for this staff to be completed. The secure shelter does provide a little bit of comfort, and I think most of you are rocking an Endure Element spell
Yes.
to keep out of the heat. The Vark that brought you out here have long since departed. And you guys have have been basically feeding and watering a massive beast that you found along the way, a desert rothe.
Well, watering at any rate.
Yeah, it's been eating some of the dry grasses and living off perhaps its own stores that.
There's a Rothe herd that grazes around here,
Yep.
so
Yep.
the land must be able to support
Yeah, that's true.
All right, I'm going to go back to the Valley of the Titans as you guys are free to do as you will. Zephyros, let me draw the secure shelter again.
Can I give you 11 level 3 spellcraft checks?
Do you have to roll them all, or are they do you automatically get them? Because if you automatically get them, you don't need to roll.
Maybe I do. I'm just trying to calculate the
15
DC.
plus spell level.
15 plus 3, yes, 15 plus 3 is 18.
And then there are penalties if you're trying to learn spells that are from your opposite school for your wizard only.
With just penalties?
Yep.
Okay. Because it used to be a.
Because he's a specialist.
Right.
When he prepares a spell outside of his specialization in school, he needs to use 2 slots to prepare it instead of 1. He also takes a -4 penalty to learn those spells.
It's only if they're in my opposition schools, right?
Correct. It does not apply to your mages.
Yeah, I think it's only this one evocation spell. The other ones aren't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the DC is 18 on all of them except for 1. My spellcraft is my spellcraft is plus 18.
Okay, so you don't need to roll for those ones. However, the one that is your opposition
1 will
school,
fail.
no, that would be DC 19 plus spell level would be DC 22.
Isn't it 15 plus spell level?
Opposition school adds 4.
Oh, that's 4.
Yep.
Okay, so it's DC 19.
Plus
Sorry.
spell level, DC 22.
DC 22. Spellcraft 18. I get it.
32. Okay, yeah. Pathfinder 2, you critically succeed because you succeed by 10 above what the DC was.
Yeah.
I will cease doing that now. It's the problem when you're DMing 2 different systems at the same time. Can't pay the sorting at the same time.
It's interesting that you can learn them at all, though. Because, it used to be like first edition, in AD&D, you straight up couldn't if it was opposite school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They relaxed that in, I think, 3rd edition. So it's been
I just clicked into the afterlife. It's just Malbut. It's just a picture of Malbut that comes up.
So that's a weird statement. I clicked into the afterlife. In our OneNote, we have a section where it's the afterlife, and dead characters get dragged, their sheets get dragged there, and it's Malbut is in the afterlife.
It's so good.
So lonely.
Oh god.
You know what I came across too, and I kind of giggled. It was the contract when Ahmed was here.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Malbut's contract for
That was so
work.
great.
Oh, it was funny. And then Malbut and Company Services.
Oh yeah.
and then the blank contract. Ahmed was so beautiful with
Oh
that.
yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
The contract, he was really pushing the contract hard in that
Yeah.
game. Alright, so it's 90 gold pieces times whatever I just did there.
11 or 12.
Yeah,
That's how much ink that you're using?
correct.
Okay, so that represents the professor over 3 days while Pharisee has been scouting. Represents the work that you've done in your spell books. Transferring spells, I believe, between your wizard and your mage's books.
Yes.
Cool. Zephyros does something similar. We won't change his spell lists until Neil has a chance to make some decisions. We'll just keep them the same for tonight's game. We'll say that you guys decide against. There's a particularly warm day on the 4th day. You guys are basically cooped up inside of the secure shelter on that 4th day. The 5th day, the really dry spell breaks, and there is a bit of rain.
So, immediately when that happens,
Yep.
I want to try growing something.
Okay.
Herbs.
You're trying to grow,
Yes.
so you're planting stuff outside.
Yes.
Okay. Do
In the shadow, I guess.
you have any ranks in agriculture or farming, profession farmer?
Not at all.
Herbalist. Okay, so you're sticking stuff into the ground. It borders on flash flood. Not quite dangerous enough to sweep you away, but this valley does collect a lot of the rain. and it's kind of up to your ankles. It runs off of the rocks, and it provides a bit of a relief from the. Well, right now you guys have been probably out in the desert for 20 days.
Does nature help at all with that?
You could.
Like
It's not directly the skill, so the DC
Right.
would be higher.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess if there was a skill check to be made, that's what I'd rely on. But if there isn't, whatever.
All right, so you end up trying to plant some of your cut herbs to create more herb.
Yes.
When are we going to hunt?
Says Texarat the cat.
Yes. I think steal, perhaps. Steal the eggs? We don't need to actually kill it. If we don't want to. It is a creature of the nature of this place, but this is a place of summer. The oppressive heat. Summer needs to release its hold.
Even the rain was warm.
Yes, brutal.
The Mother Yrthak will not let us take her eggs without violence.
But it's getting hungry. It's going to have to leave the nest on its own.
Yes. What is the plan?
We could lure it with the meat sled.
Oh,
We lure it to the meat sled?
I'm sure we could come up with some sort of plausible diversion. She seems to be looking for her mates. Perhaps she hears one in the distance and goes to investigate.
Yes, perhaps.
Yes. You make your visions of a Yrthak eating from meat sled.
Ooh, yes.
Wouldn't she just wait for the Yrthak to bring back some meat? Seems like that's how these guys live.
I think Saun has a good point.
Yes.
She's going to need to come out on her. She'll come out on her own soon enough. She'll be very hungry.
But we'd have to wait around for that to happen, coaxing it along.
We are already waiting, says Zephyrus.
True, but we're not waiting in position.
Right. We need to wait in position and get the eggs quickly if taking them is what we want. There's also a wagon up there and maybe some treasures. Nice to have a little bit of time.
How big are the eggs?
About this big.
Oh, I don't know if I can fit them in.
I'm not sure if you can. Tech, I think you are capable of carrying eggs. You are strong enough.
Yes, but I will be part of the ambush.
That's true.
Are you really hoping to ambush an animal on top of a giant tower with absolutely no walls or place to conceal yourself?
Well, we'll draw her out.
If I get in close, my blades will do enough damage.
They can fly though.
Tech can fly, if Zephyrus grants him the power. We could set up an ambush in... Where would we set it up? We could set it up at the Smoking Butte.
Jack is not a great queen. He cannot fly on his own.
Indeed.
I'm sure between us we can give you what you need.
Zephyrus thinks for a moment.
Perhaps one day you will be a great queen.
Tech is not a female. He will never grow wings.
We'll have to see if there's enough magic. But yes.
Most disturbing, says Zephyrus. Four-armed Thrycreen with wings.
Do queens have 4 arms as well?
Yes,
Oh, delightful.
I have heard stories of some who have 6.
Ooh, 6 arms.
Wonderful.
And 2
Zephyrus's
legs.
eyes narrow, like he's.
Would that,
The comment has him doubting something, or perhaps not liking it, or both.
would that not be an arachnid?
No,
It's Suppose I am a bit rusty on etymology. Or was it entomology?
The story is the queen of abominations.
Oh. Most peculiar.
Write that down. That's fucking awesome.
Queen of abomination.
Yep.
6 arms, 2 legs. Not an arachnid. Second mage's book. Transmutation 3.
So is that the plan? Get the meat sled? Use your illusions?
Yes, I think maybe have
The
it,
Rose's reference, very nice.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
have it sound as injured. That will make her more likely to come investigate.
Sure.
Once she gets to it, though, it will be hard to keep her there. She will see through them, or rather, hear through them.
Right. They do not see well.
Was there a Yrthak body we could use? That would be helpful with convincing her.
There must be some around. Near the Smoking Butte.
We butchered 2 and the Vark
Oh, yes. Yes.
butchered those 2. The last one that we killed, we did not butcher.
Possibly we could retrieve its corpse, drag it.
Or set the ambush at the location of the corpse.
Ah, capital idea. Now
Rather
that
than dragging. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big dragger. Let's just.
I've always been a fan of working smart, not hard.
I could entangle it to the ground.
What was it? Entangle?
Mm-hmm.
It will smell death.
Yes.
But it may confuse it. If it hears it crying, hears it visually lying there, but smells the decay, it may think it is in mortal peril still, and attempt.
Sure. And if there's good meat around for it to chew on, perhaps it will stay and eat the meat for a time.
The Smoking Butte is far from your Yrthak nest.
Yes.
As long as we can make enough sound.
Far is not necessarily bad.
Yes, it will.
It depends. If we want to ambush and kill or disable the mother,
We don't have to be there.
then
Could just
then we have
entangle
plenty of time. We could, yes.
Pick a spot that has good plans.
There's a chance that I could deafen it, which would make it severely.
Yes, it raises the question, do we want to kill the Yrthak mother, disable her, or do we want to just
Yes.
distract her and take the eggs? I'm hearing a vote of yes on killing it. Tech, noted. I'm a bit indifferent, I suppose. Anyone else have strong feelings?
I just don't want to die.
Yes, me as well.
Then you should be part of the group that goes and gets the eggs.
If we kill the mother, then the hags will lose a source of eggs.
The hags will not be happy about it, but we
Good.
don't need the hags to be
That's-
happy, do we?
No, not at all.
I don't think we want them to be happy.
Correct.
How about if Saun and Tech and the professor create the lure?
Yes, we are there. Are we killing the mother or are we not?
You must keep it from returning to its lair while we loot the lair.
I would
Leave
think
it to you to decide how.
if we are planning on killing her, I would advise we not split up.
Agreed.
Fair enough.
Will you be able to manage getting the eggs, given their size?
Yes.
Saphira says to Pharisee.
No, I'll need you to come along.
You know, with all that dexterity that and fingerless creature
We'll
has.
fly them down one at a time and hide them nearby or something like that.
Kobe.
We can put them into a large sack.
Yes. Yes.
So I will need to be with Pharisee.
Unless we decide to stay together and take the beast down.
I think fireballs may be critical to bringing it down. They played a critical role the last 2 times we've faced these beasts.
Good range, certainly.
Yes, I do not need to be exactly beside the meat sled, Zephyros. I can be from a safe distance
Good.
and still provide fireball support.
Yes.
Yes, I don't think I need to be too close to the sled either. I plan on hiding in some rocks, I suppose.
Good.
The killing fields might be good. If this thing relies on smell,
I believe it's mostly sound, but
Okay, Tech and I have butchered it. Can I try and make a judgment about, like, anatomy type judgment? Like, whether or not that thing relies on smell at all?
Sure. You can give me a knowledge nature for this, even though the thing isn't. Well,
It's not an animal.
ideally it would be knowledge arcana.
Right. If it was an animal,
Okay.
would it have smell given how its nose works?
Yep.
Okay. Can I make that?
Yep.
Okay.
Tech will.
Is it just 1d20?
Mhm. You had your knowledge nature.
Right. No, I was just asking the syntax. Is Tech helping?
Tech, I believe, can auto aid this.
Okay. I mean, we did butcher it together.
No, he can't. He's shitty at knowledge nature. He is going to
Okay.
roll.
Then, yeah, -2, 17.
But he aids. So 19. You don't add spaces. That's why I didn't add it there. So you got a 19. You got 32. So it isn't the most. You'd never use this creature to track by scent,
Mm-hmm.
but it definitely would be like a normal animal sensitive to scent. There's something weird about the. It's like it had eye sockets, but like weird plates and skin grew over the eye sockets,
Right.
and there was like a almost like a little dimple in the middle of its forehead, almost like where a third eye would be, and you're pretty sure that is some sort of sensory organ,
Mm-hmm.
but it is very rare in nature.
A USB port.
You, with your 32, however, managed to figure out that it has blind sight 120 feet.
Okay.
What does that mean?
It means that it can pinpoint creatures and their locations within and movement within 120 feet of its position.
Okay. Even if like it doesn't see them. Well, I mean it doesn't see them.
Specifically if it doesn't see them.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
If you stayed perfectly still, it might not be able to sense you, but you would have to stay like statuesque still.
Gotcha.
Blind sight means that there's also no penalty, like it doesn't have to roll for mischance when hitting you.
Mm-hmm.
Blind sight's very precise,
Gotcha.
versus blind sense is kind of imprecise.
Yeah.
So once it knew that you were a thing, even if you maintained, like even if then you sort of stayed really still, it might still
You're
go
the
after
thing
you.
that moved that's now standing
Right.
still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I guess I convey this to the.
Yeah,
You know.
there's a long conversation between Tech and Saun around the senses of the Yrthak.
It seemed to be very messed up by loud noises. For once you are a good hunter.
It's very sensitive to them.
Like, who does he say for once you're a good hunter?
Professor.
The professor.
Oh,
told
he
me.
says to the professor. Okay.
Respect. That's what you get, Professor.
well,
For your,
thank you, Tech.
for
I
your illusory
believe
skills.
that may be the first honest compliment you've ever paid me.
Hunting through deception. Something I'm quite fond of.
Compliments are for the queen to give.
Oh,
It's
yes.
good to have both. The direct approach and the deceptive approach.
Yes. We may not have to kill the bird unless there is an objective to kill the bird thing.
But I thought you were looking forward to hunting it.
I do want to hunt it.
Ooh.
But
Same.
reservation from Queen and this discussion.
Yes. To hunt does not necessarily require to kill, yes. You can defeat it. That said, look, I've got no love for this thing. Steal a few eggs and leave it to terrorize this horrifying place. I've got no love for this place either. No need to save the place from it, or it from us, or any of those things.
Okay, you guys have kind of talked in a giant circle, sort of reoriented yourself to the game that we're playing. What is the plan? And I'm going to start moving tokens as you're describing the plan. It is being put into action.
Yes.
I vote we draw it away and steal the eggs while it isn't around. Let it feast on the meat sled while it mourns its dead lover, and we steal its eggs.
Can we poison the meat?
I don't know. I don't have any poison, but probably.
There's like 3 fucking eggs here. Now you can make poison?
I'm sure it will require a lot of poison. It's very large.
It is very big.
I don't
We could just make it
usually make poisons. I'm not really familiar with
Keep-
that sort of learning.
Keep in mind, we have some items that will help protect us against its sonic blasts.
Yes.
It's the Pharaohs. We should make sure that those are in play, just in case.
Indeed, we should.
I wouldn't mind. If I need to be near where we're distracting it to, I wouldn't be opposed to having one.
Yes, I'll give you one, Professor.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna carry this over.
Oh, this is the slowest hive mind ever.
What do you think, Saun? We can lure it for sure. What should we do when we lure it? Kill it, or
Kill it.
distract it, or disable it?
We have too low of a chance of disabling it.
Fair enough.
I mean, one misstep, and it's gonna be aggressive. And if we try to kill it, we get the first shot.
Very true.
Will your bear also attack?
I look at the bear.
The bear's cleaning himself.
I look back. Yes.
If we are to kill it, then I suppose I shouldn't be the one with one of these protection from sonic energies. I won't be the one taking it on.
Well, we'll give one to Saun, one to Tech.
Yes,
Can we give one to bear?
I think that seems wise.
I think Tech can prepare a resist energy with his ranger spells.
I can.
It's either resist energy or lead blades.
Tech, I can give you flying.
To resist energy, honestly.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it resist energy 20?
It'd be 10 at their level.
10 at 3rd level, which is the potions we've got anyway. So.
Okay.
Wait, where are these potions?
I just put 2 on your character sheet.
Okay, that's what I'm seeing.
And
I will ask the Iron God to protect me.
Yes, and some flying too, I think would help. I can cover that for you.
So the professor, let's see here. Should we give one to Zephyros? Zephyros had a key
I do
to
not
running.
plan on being close. I will fireball it from afar.
All right, all right.
and then go up a rope trick. When I run out.
Sounds good. Well, let's give the last one to Tech just for the heck of it then.
It sounds like we are trying to kill it.
I believe that is true.
Oh, I will help protect Zephyros then.
The secure shelter is a circle or is it a square?
Well, actually, let's see here.
It is a 20-foot square.
Just
Square. Okay, Zephyros, for fear of losing the door, is going to leave the door behind in the secure shelter.
Saun, why don't you wear this ring? I see your finger is empty. The ring of the Yrthak hunter. It gives you protection from Sonic if you have protection from other things. You don't have protection from other things, but you could.
I think a ring of protection doesn't protect from other things.
No. Other energies.
Okay.
If you can resist fire or cold, for example, you would resist the same in Sonic.
Can someone give me a resistance?
Oh, let's see. Does anyone?
Are you leaving the frilled surprise back in the secure shelter, or are you bringing it with you?
So we have a cage.
Yep.
I'm gonna put in throughout these several days.
Yep.
I guess I would have been crate training it or
Yeah,
cage training it.
So on its sheet, there's a list of tricks that it knows. These were tricks that the kobold had trained it, presumably beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
So it does know stay. So you could give it an order to stay in a particular spot. Given that you've been feeding it, it will let you put it in the cage and just sort of keep it in there.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the Fey cage that you guys are lugging around from the battle against the spider, I guess.
Yeah.
Balmut's obviously coming with you. The Desert Rothe is not trained for battle, so it's probably best to leave that behind.
Yeah.
All right, so I've gathered the group of slayers. Where should I position you?
Well, what's the battlefield look like where the dead one that's fallen is that we didn't butcher?
Yeah, so this is the killing grounds where there are a lot of carrion birds. There are some dead axebeaks as well as some dead vark, and then the bones of at least 100 different creatures that the Cadaverous Vark have slaughtered on this hillside. There are some smaller hyenas, not hyenodons, that are kind of tumbling in the muck and kind of munching on some corpses that have been left behind. But you do manage to scare them away, and there is a very smelly Yrthak body.
Is there like rocks or some place I could hide in and still maintain visible sight of like the corpse and where the action's presumably going to take place, and maybe I can put some rocks in front so that if it projected sound at me, it would be really hard for it to see me.
So we can go back to the lair of the Smoking Butte, because the killing fields are along this road.
Yeah.
This trail. The body of the Yrthak is still there, and let me just move your tokens. The dancing lights. I'll get rid of the spells. Yeah, there are a bunch of rotting bodies in the entrance to the cave, including that dire lion that the
that the Vark druid had charmed. The old spell stuff. Okay, so you guys march, find the body of the Yrthak. It has been eaten at by carrion birds, and gnawed at by what looks like some rats. The body is mostly there, although it's been baking in the desert heat for 4 days now, plus a good rain on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of maggoty. It's gross.
Is there a place?
Bloated in weird places. Swarms of flies are attacking it.
Is there a place like uphill, maybe near the side, where I could wedge myself in some rocks and I can only just peek out and maybe shoot spells out? And if it looked my way, it would be super hard for it to see.
Yeah, you find a hiding spot. When we get closer to combat, I'll actually make you roll your stealth. And it's been 4 days, so I think most of the hit point damage you guys had on you has healed naturally over time. So go ahead and that makes sense. Make sure your tokens don't have any damage.
Is that what the label is?
Yep.
That's the damage.
The numbers, that is the damage, correct.
Okay.
Endure elements, mage armor is still running. The hand's invisible.
This does not smell nice, says Zephyrus.
It is rotten.
Yes, it is a corpse, after all.
So this, like the land, the soil we're on, are there any plants around it? Or anything like that?
Yeah, there are small desert shrubs. Like really hardy shrubs and tiny cacti.
Right. Between us and where the like the tower on top of which that thing lives, is there any place that would be like slightly greener? Any kind of plants or anything like that?
Let's have a look. Valley of the Titans. Yeah. There are some visible on the map. There are some like little patches of grass, as opposed to rock with the odd outcropping of a thing. If you got it to land in there, it would be on vegetation.
Mm-hmm.
The killing grounds they're like a scrub plant here and there, but it's mostly rock.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a fine, very, very short grass, probably kept short by the various grazing creatures, including the oversized desert rothe that probably need quite a bit of plant material to live. Alright, I'm going to create a token for the meat sled.
There's a sentence one doesn't hear too often.
I found just like a pallet with 2 skis on it, so it'll be good enough.
Alright, I think I got a little bit of a plan here.
Would short grass, like the grass you were discussing about in that patch, would that count as undergrowth?
It's not.
So is undergrowth like what you see like in a forest?
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
It is so short that it does not have any penalties to movement. Is
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
meat sled. Like the best alternative ending to Citizen Kane.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Better than the actual movie,
Meat
really.
sled. There's the meat sled. Oh, no, wrong map.
We can essentially, we'll spend enough time to make safe this area for immediate dangers, sort of run off hyenas, make sure there's nothing secretly hiding in the shadows, et cetera.
Yeah, who's gonna spend time doing that? Sounds like Tech. That's
Tech
a
for
job for
sure.
Tech.
Yeah.
Maybe Saun.
Yeah.
Okay. Choose and then Balamut's probably gonna help. Having a big animal chase away smaller animals.
Yeah. I want to make sure that the interior of the cave here is okay as well.
Okay. Zephyros, given that there's a lot of like mist coming out of the cave, this might be a good place for you guys to run
Yeah.
into if things get bad.
Yeah.
Although it has blind sense, so
Yeah. At least it's a constrained space, which is probably better for us than it.
give me a survival check. This is between Tech, Saun, and Balamut. Tech's survival
Tech survival is 14.
plus 14.
Yeah.
15 for Saun.
Okay, so he auto aids, so that's 17, and then Balamut, I think can aid you in this.
Can I do like multiple pluses in this thing syntax? Okay. Alright. So +2 from Belmont also?
Nope. Balamut has to roll. I rolled for him. He does provide assistance.
Okay. So there we go. 38.
38. Okay. If you're trying to lure a creature with the scent of meat, you probably want to deal with the meat that is up in this cave area. You do notice that hyenas have been wandering into the cave, and there are signs of another dire lion in the vicinity somewhere.
Shove it down the side.
Yeah, this amount of meat plus the Yrthak body is the lure for all these things you're trying to keep away. So moving the big pile of bodies somewhere, or the carcasses at least, might provide a place to lure the creatures to, or you could leave them in place.
Well, I think we want them out the way.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think we should probably put them where we want this thing to be lured to. Kick them down the hill.
Yeah, I think while this conversation is happening, basically, the three of us are just dragging things
Okay.
to the earth.
As best as you can, some of them you would probably need a shovel and a wheelbarrow or buckets to bring them, but at least
How about a sled?
Tech doesn't want the bad meat touching the good meat.
Understandable.
You are able to move these creatures. Where am I putting the big pile of
I think
corpses and carcasses?
just around.
Well, this is Saun leading the check, so
Our,
Saun.
Oh yeah.
The curved road. It's like it's going downhill as it's curving, right?
Yep.
So the northernmost curve, right?
This one here.
Yes, off that.
Okay.
Just drop it down.
All right. So you pile up the carcasses and the rocks over here.
Yeah.
Anything coming towards it will probably have to wander off the road. It's dirty work, and basically Balamut is standing guard over the carcasses. What are you doing with your Yrthak carcass? This is the male Yrthak that you guys defeated, but did not butcher.
Oh, this is the one I'll need for the distraction. We should put it where we want to lure to. I will center my illusions around it. It will give it a flair of realism.
If we put it near the rest of the meat, its smell will mingle with the other meat. I think the scenario is her mate has gathered meat for her, and then it has somehow fallen in battle.
That's an excellent
This
reason
is
for
the
it.
scene she will stumble upon.
That's an excellent reason for her to never fly here. If her mate died here, that means it's dangerous. That's the opposite of what we
But
want.
she's so much bigger and more powerful than her mate.
Yes,
She has a child. That an animal will never do that. It will just fly away.
What do you propose?
The opposite of what the professor said. Center it on the meat sled, on the relatively fresh meat we have, and the Yrthak should be out the way. Ideally, covered or burnt, maybe burnt with a fireball.
No, please, please leave the Yrthak's corpse. She will think it's alive.
You will make it.
It will be
enough,
alive,
alright,
yes.
Tech does drag the good meat sled in front of the Yrthak. It looks at Saun and looks at Pharisee.
Will you kill the smell as well?
She can think it is a bit injured and necrotic, or it will confuse her at first, but
I am fine with it being confused, says Cadaverous.
we will convince it.
I can firewall from here.
Trust the spell that much.
How do we lure it from way over there to here?
It has pretty keen hearing. I should be able to make that work. Oh.
I feel like miles away though.
It's a creature based on sound. We're halfway up a hill where the sound will project away from us. It's listening.
Took a mile away.
I can probably hear that. And it's like it's pretty much open ground, right?
How many shouting humans is this equivalent?
Well, I've done the math. I think it's about 28 humans, which isn't quite a full-grown dragon, but much larger than a lion.
But you couldn't hear a human screaming from a mile away, could you?
On a clear day.
Could you?
Well, next time we find a human, let's test it.
Yes. Do we have any human?
I believe the professor is the only human amongst us.
Well, table that for now.
We'll need 24 of them.
I only have one, and it's a small one. Kind of
It's
shitty.
worth a try.
Yeah.
Where shall we hide? You should be a bit back with your bow.
The high ground would probably suit the bow, but what do I?
I am
think
going
so.
to hide here.
Tech,
Tech just squats amongst the rotting carcass.
at the start of this, you may all want to be close to me. I can, what is the term? Haste spell, I believe.
Then you need to be closer.
Oh, well, I could give you fly.
You notice one of Tech's underarms pulls out like a jagged knife and is cutting open the Yrthak a little bit, and then puts away the knife and he sticks his hand in, and he's like gathering up some of the goop and putting it all over himself.
I would be up on this hill, hiding.
He does wander over. Hey, spell sound good.
Yes.
How close do we need to be?
I can give you fly as well.
How close do I need to be?
I don't know, close. Don't usually do this one.
I think flies touch,
Yeah.
so he'll go.
Fly lasts a little bit longer.
Fly is
Yeah.
minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can give you a little bit of inspiration as well.
Yes, my queen, you always inspire.
I do.
Okay.
As a point.
It is
Pretty
a
awesome.
warm day. It's a little bit the mud has already started to dry, although it's sort of humid because of the rain that has just happened. The sun in this place is merciless. There's a light wind. Nothing that would harm your arrow's flight.
Speaking of that, can I don't know, grab a like local team's like football pennant and put on the wall, or like on a stick
Sure.
to just get a sense of like where the wind's blowing.
Sure.
Okay, I think this will work.
It just inspires confidence.
This is a lot, dude. The last major encounter, where were my notes for it?
The wind is coming from the direction of the ossuary vault towards you.
Here were my notes for the one big battle we had, the order of spells that need to be cast and then maintained in order to...
Mm.
The wind is coming from
bullshit
the other end
flow.
of the valley. So it's kind of sweeping
it's-
across you.
Oh, it's blowing favorably.
Yeah,
No, it isn't. That's the opposite.
No, it's
The sound carry.
It's going that way. It might. It's not exactly perfect, but it is in the general direction. If you had the meat basically downwind here, that would be perfect.
No, but it will carry the sound nicely.
Are we going to also see a living Yrthak when you do this?
At times, but not always.
Okay.
You
Right.
will not hear what it hears either.
It is around noon by the time you guys have deliberated and set up and moved carcasses around, and you could see the mirage along the ground as the sun is baking in the Valley of the Titans.
Right before...
There's just this really, really ripe smell coming up from this general place as the sun is baking all the corpses and bones. Some of them bleached from having been picked clean long ago.
Right before we're about to start, I will do minute per level spells.
Okay.
Keep going.
I'll do reduce person, fly, and comprehend languages.
All right. Mark those on your token.
Yeah,
We
they-
will be on the nest of the Great Mother Yrthak.
Oh, not the...
Well, I'm gonna start off here because you're gonna basically see it.
Okay, I'll put it on the Great Mother. as
Sure.
well.
Oh, not the
wait,
Great
I'm
Mother.
not-
Sorry, the
Smoking
Lair
Butte.
of the Smoking.
Yeah. Okay, it's on that one. Let me just reduce myself down. I'll also throw an invisibility on myself. just
Okay.
'cause-
So the professor starts obviously casting. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I will start casting as well. I've got a few things I'd like to cast.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a mage armor on myself. I'm gonna cast. What's the duration on strong winds?
Ooh, I don't know.
Let me take a look at that.
I'll spell recall fly and cast it on tech.
Nice. It's a minute per level. I'm gonna do
Zephyros is gonna cast fly on himself. Also mage armor. Also endure elements is running from earlier in the day.
Everyone gets a good hope and a moment of greatness.
Don't know why he has rope trick prepared under his.
I get a heightened awareness. Callback on Pixel.
Good hope and moment of greatness. When, if I need it, you'll let me know.
Yes, Good Hope is actually wonderful. Good Hope is like stacks with Bard Song to hit and damage.
Okay. Are you throwing it on tech?
It's a hits everyone in a radius sort
Okay.
of spell.
I got it on tech. Saun, I'm gonna throw on your token. You have good hope and moment of greatness.
Can someone also
The bear has it too.
endure elements? That are
Yeah, that was cast at the beginning of the day. That spell lasts 24 hours.
Oh, see invisibility. Also,
Tech will probably do lead blades.
Nope, he prepared resist.
Didn't he get one of the resist potions?
I did give him one just in case. But yeah.
He's casting
casting
resist.
I think You'll take one of the resist potions, and the bear will take one right now.
Well, I'll definitely give one to the bear. I need some kind of resistance.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be from potion. Just because the ring Yrthak hunter will. So if someone can apply stronger resistance to me, that's not sound.
Yeah.
That's still good.
Didn't we have how many potions of resist did we have, Matt? Do you remember?
I distributed them all out.
Who ended up with them?
Saun got 2, Tech got 1.
Okay.
I think we had 3.
Okay, so you and the bear could just drink the 2 on your character sheet, and you'd be good to go.
Okay. I'm just going to delete them now. I guess we just drink them.
Yeah, and then add them to your token.
You can add them to the notes section on your token. You'll see spells being added there. Okay. Looks like some 10-minute per level spells and some minute per level spells are being cast. You guys wash yourselves with abjurations, protecting yourself against Sonic. A few battle prayers and spells are cast. What now?
Here we go! Everyone ready?
Yes.
I will use an arcane point to bump up the DC on the major image I'm about to cast. Or actually, no. Yeah, I'll do major image to make it more convincing for the opener, just for funsies. I'm hidden in my rock. Do you want my spell or my stealth?
Sure.
Before we get into this party. What is stealth bonus when small?
+4.
5 plus 4.
Basically, you have to stealth after you cast a spell. This casting a spell reveals your location.
Even if I don't make any sound or anything?
No.
I'm not gonna make any sound.
You're kind of somatic. You're sort of moving around, but that's fine.
21, I'm gonna hide in some rocks.
Okay.
As deep in there as that little tiny professor can get while still seeing stuff.
All right. So I've written
Thank you.
stealth 21 on your character sheet.
And I'm casting major image. I will on the corpse of the fallen Yrthak.
Mm-hmm.
I will just superimpose an illusion of a whole Yrthak for the time being, and it will just make a very loud, bleeding, mournful cry, unintelligibly, just as loud as I can pump the major image to make it.
Okay. And how loud is that?
Silent major image doesn't say.
Let me have a quick look.
It doesn't specify, like, ghost sound, the number of humans worth of sound it produces, unfortunately. If this were a ghost sound cantrip, this would be, whatever I said earlier, 20-some humans, 28 humans.
Functionally sound image, except that sound, smell, and thermal illusions are included in the spell effect.
I'll make it also smell like not a rotting Yrthak, like a live Yrthak.
Okay. That does. You realize that does not mask the
Yeah,
rotting one.
yeah, of course.
All right. You kind of know what a Yrthak smells like. Okay. There's a flapping Yrthak. It's very disturbing as it's kind of like on top of the rotting corpse of itself,
When
and
the
it's
professor
squawking and flapping around. Yeah.
when the professor starts casting, I try to communicate to Balamut that hey, this is fake. Do what I'm doing.
Okay.
Don't fear.
What is the DC of the illusion?
That one is 24.
Okay. It takes some time for Balamut to basically make his saving throw. He wants to go down and eat it, and basically Saun has to spend a moment or two keeping Balamut from doing so. All right, this thing is making a racket. It's as loud as you want it to be. Up to, I guess, ghost sound is a good.
It's about 28 humans worth of sound, Marty.
Got it. 28 humans worth of Yrthak sounds.
It's a lot of Yrthak.
Do you have any ranks in bluff?
I do. I have.
What's your total bluff?
+7.
Okay. Given that this spell has created one of its own, I'm going to give you a +10 modifier to your bluff check.
Nice.
Give me a bluff check as you are trying to pretend that there is a distressed male Yrthak along the killing grounds at the edge of the Smoking Butte.
Oh yeah. 27.
27?
Mm-hmm.
Yrthak do have intelligence. And I have dice somewhere. Dice all over the place. Okay, it doesn't take long for you to get a response.
What's it saying?
The first cry is a cry of just like to get attention,
Mm-hmm.
but you realize that the Yrthak do have language,
Uh-huh.
and it's saying, return to nest, bring food.
She's asking it to come back and bring food. Really gotta ham it up now. I'll make some more like pained bleeding sounds unintelligibly to Yrthak's speech.
I think it really likes it.
Man, I don't know if it's ever had any.
Okay, it's now. It cries out again. It's angry, and it says, "You know, come back. You know, come back."
I'll go quiet and wait for it to stop talking.
Oh, it's big. You see it. It actually is leaving its lair. Its wingspan is at least double what the smaller Yrthak are.
Yeah, seeing it take wing, can I do a quick calculation of how fast it's going to be upon us?
Assuming that it flies as quickly as the smaller ones, you have seen these things fly on 2 occasions. Give me a moment. They're kind of clumsy-ish flyers. But if it hurries...
I'll cast Strong Wings on myself at this point.
You've got a couple of minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll wait to cast haste then.
Cast Cat's Grace. So that has a material component. There is a note that I have like essentially a bag of.
Yeah, if the material component doesn't have a value that is set in it, then you don't need to track it.
Okay.
You just need to have a spell component.
It's cat's hair.
Yeah.
I don't think that has value.
I'll start making sounds again to make sure it knows where to go.
Yeah, let's go to the map where you can see it fly. Let's get the mama.
Oh, yeah.
It is a gargantuan creature. That is
Bigger. That's one up from huge.
She is one up from huge. It is a great green thing. It does not have the kind of gaudy plumage that the males do. It just has this slick green membrane of skin. It's got a great horn above its head, and you can see a couple rocks the size of perhaps some of you tumble off the top of the off of the butte as it's taking wind. It looks like it is so big that it gets pulled down to the ground really quickly, but its great wings end up catching enough of the desert air.
Kind of a ground effect sort of flight there.
Yeah, and it is now flying, and it screeches back. It says, "Mama coming."
Nice. She's coming.
You don't say. Marty.
Yep.
In Pathfinder, how do modifiers work beyond 18?
How do stats work?
Well, I mean, because you know how there is, when it gets to 18, like in some of the systems, it then becomes special.
Nope,
18
it just
slash-
keeps on
Every
going.
2 more gives you a +1.
Okay.
So 20 is +5, 22 is +6.
Mm-hmm.
24 is +7. Yeah, you can have. So in one epic campaign that we're playing, where basically they're playing the superhero versions of
Yes.
D&D characters. One character can push his strength to near 60.
That's so
Well, that was basically my question.
Yeah, it just keeps on scaling the system. It's not bound. All right, the
Linear.
Mother Yrthak is flying towards it, and if you're giving squawks from your illusory Yrthak, it keeps on saying that Mama's coming.
How do I know its speed?
It's flying rather quickly now. Its speed is approximately 60.
Okay.
It can outfly you running.
When it's about
Halfway?
400. Hold on. When it's 680 feet approximately, I'm
No.
gonna cast a spell.
Halfway, quarter. I'll let you do a quarter. Quarter's pretty
Yeah.
close though.
Okay.
A quarter, half,
Quarter-
or 3/4.
Yeah. I don't know how much 680 feet is how far is even a mile?
5,280 feet.
Okay, so I feel like a quarter.
But you
You're
don't know
waiting
that,
for a
you don't know that
three-quarters
it's
of
an
it.
exact mile.
3/4 of it.
2,900 feet.
Okay.
I'm gonna somewhere around when it looks
1,500
close enough. I'll
1,500.
Close enough, really?
So as it's passing, you said it would take a couple minutes to get here. As it's past the halfway, not quite a quarter way, I'll blast everybody with haste.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I will look to start to cast auditory hallucination.
So you're going to do that as it reaches halfway.
Haste will be a little past halfway. Once I see it's halfway, I'll be
Just
like,
a quarter of the way.
yeah, quarter.
Okay.
Whatever, yes. Haste and then auditory hallucination right after that.
Divide by 4.
All
Alright, this is why I really like map tools, because you can do things at this scale. So a quarter of the distance is around 1,300 feet. That's 1,000.
Yeah, beautiful.
I'm gonna wait for it to get to within.
It's 1,300 approximately. There we go.
Can I wait until it's like roughly the distance from us to that building? Like,
We'll be probably in initiative soon enough that
Yeah.
you'll be able to make
Right.
the choices.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it is flying low to the ground. Its great wings almost the pinions of its wings almost touching the ground. Desert, little bits of desert is being displaced as its great wings are flopping along the ground. Dust coming up from the parts that have dried already from the rain. It is coming in quick though, and she keeps on repeating this horrible phrase that Mother's coming, but it's got this connotation in Draconic that Mother's coming to rend whatever it is that's attacking you. to pieces.
Oh yeah. So I'll cast haste. It will be silent, so I'll have to.
Well, this is a quarter of the distance.
Yeah.
So if you wait around, it travels this far and around.
Let me see. Okay. I won't do haste yet. It is
Okay.
what
Everyone gets their actions. It's
yeah.
moved. It's flying in.
Okay.
how long is the round again?
6 seconds.
Oh, okay. Alright. And you said move like what you just showed in a round.
Correct.
Jeez, fuck.
It is running. It is run flying, basically.
Right. Wait, really running? Like, does it have little feet like ostrich style?
As in it's
That is awesome.
It's flying as fast as it can.
Right. Okay.
Mama's coming. Tech at this point in time is getting antsy. You said that you have to be close, so he's moved to here. He's got his weapons out. So his spells have been cast.
I just wait to him like go. Go to the artifact.
Wait for the haste.
Okay.
Anyone else taking their actions this round? Zephyros, I think, just instinctually backs up a little bit.
That makes sense.
Alright, it's moving another round in.
Are you blasting deep purple or whatever you do to give us more?
Yeah. Doom, 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 doom.
Mama's coming. She actually says Mama's coming to rend.
Oh no, she's a bit angry.
Mama's coming to rent.
Rent?
Listen,
525,600 minutes. How many
Alright.
rounds does it take for a Yrthak to fly?
The professor is humming from his hiding place as the Yrthak mother is coming in. She is very busy.
Haste.
At this
Haste
point in time, haste
in
is enough.
auditory hallucination.
gravity bow for me.
Okay.
Word song.
Alright, so there's a bunch
baby.
of. You notice that the creature does like tilt its head slightly as it's flying. It instead of looking towards where the crying Yrthak noises are, it does like glance up at the opening to the cave because you guys are making
that makes sense.
auditory noise, especially with the
Not all of us,
Not all of
Marty.
but with the bard song going on.
Yes.
I'm gonna linger it next round.
Yes.
All right, I think at this point in time, initiative is probably
Makes
the
sense.
best thing to do. Are you guys okay with me doing random initiatives?
Randomize me, baby.
Just
I am now.
just
The
to-
one good
just to
funny
save
I had.
the,
Yeah.
to save the some time.
Yeah, dude.
All right, so Makarnon Pharisee, Balamut Professor Saun, Zephyros. You need the Great Mother Yrthak.
You're so canned, but
All right, the Great Mother Yrthak has an initiative modifier of
Who has haste? 4. How many people can you haste?
Oh, geez, I don't know. I've never actually cast this until now.
1 per level. 1 per cast roll.
7.
7, yeah.
So Tech, Saun, you, Zephyros.
I mean, I don't have to get myself.
Me. That's 5. The bear is 6.
Pixel.
the bird doesn't get it.
Pixel
Like, I sent him away because he says touch, right?
You just have to be
within 30 feet.
near me, yeah.
Well, is he near right now?
Where did the bear go?
I sent him to that over there.
He's far
Okay,
away.
he doesn't get it then.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't let him like linger. I sent him
Okay.
pretty much as soon as we saw it.
Haste went off.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Macronome could get us?
6.
Give it to Malkernov.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, all the PCs have it. You could give it to Macronome would be fine.
Okay, the order of initiative is Makarnon, Tech, Zephyros, Great Mother Yrthak, Saun, Professor Balamut Pharisee.
Does my auditory hallucination go in before combat officially starts, or is that?
Well, I mean,
No, it's happening now as you guys declared a bunch of things. Well, I actually said that it cocked its head. So yeah, you had your round. Haste went off.
Yeah, auditory hallucination.
where is that that sheet where we see the initiatives?
Oh, it's if you go to the OneNote under characters at the very top is
Combat sheet?
combat sheet.
Macronome.
Click that link. The tab is initiative.
Hasted Makarnon is going to plop off of Zephyros and turn into an amphora.
The DC for the auditory hallucination is 23.
Okay, and then auditory hallucination.
I'm gonna talk to it. It's gonna believe it's talking to its mate / child, it seems. I can go from making.
It's really one or the other in most cases.
Doesn't seem to be that way in the parts here for the Yrthak at least.
You
The
cause the
intellect.
targets to believe they hear any sounds you imagine. It is a long-range spell. There is a will save involved when you cast it directly on them.
Mm-hmm.
When you cast it directly on them and cause a will save, you do turn visible.
Okay.
You got me.
I mean,
The thing can't see anyway, but yes.
Okay. You still have your DC 21 stealth. It's just it's not DC 41 because you're invisible, but it's blind, so I'm not too sure
How that works
how that
exactly?
works. Yeah. Well, I do know how it works. It just anyways. What is the DC of the auditory hallucination?
23.
23.
Mhm.
Her will save. She gets a 17 on her save.
I'm here! Oh! I found food, but I need help! Quickly!
Okay. You hear it say, "Mother's coming again," in response to your auditory hallucination. Then Makronom turns into an Amphora. Tech is basically, now that he's hasted, he's going to fly down to the corpse and kind of hide under one of its wings. Although he has to double move to fly. Oh, hasted fly. He could get down there with a single move.
Nice.
Yeah. and then goes underneath one of the wings,
Beautiful.
and then he's going to take a stealth check to try to hide underneath one of the wings. And his stealth is plus 20. Wow. He gets a 36 stealth.
He's good.
And then he's perfectly still underneath the wings. Within range of the meat slit.
I think my my initiative might actually be up because I'm smaller. I'll have a temporary
you
plus.
You probably have a temporary +1. It doesn't change the order of
Okay,
initiative, but
perfect.
I've added that.
Thank you.
and hold up, just to clarify, haste doesn't affect initiative, it just affects speed of travel.
And you get more actions in a turn, like more attacks in a turn.
Yeah, we'll help you on your turn.
Yeah, that's the big draw of
Great
haste.
Mother. Haste does increase your AC by 1. It increases your
Oh.
reflex saves by 1, and it gives you a +1 to attack.
Did I haste myself? I think I did, right? Yeah. Nice.
Okay, Zephyros is going to ready in action to cast a fireball
Is
of
he?
some sort. He may not actually use fire. He may use a different element, but he's got a ready action to cast an evocation spell from his spot. The Great Mother Yrthak is moving in 240 feet.
She's flying. I'm here. Do not fret. I'm here. What vexes you? What is attacking? What needs to be destroyed?
Ah, skulls! Do you not hear them? They scream!
Skulls?
Mm-hmm.
Son, what are you doing?
Hiding.
Okay, so you're kind of in this gravelly path. You're gonna step into like
Oh.
rocks and hide,
Other way around, against the wall and like,
and just
Yeah.
stay really still. Okay.
yeah. I mean, lean against it presumably to make it easier to
Yeah.
like stay completely still.
Get with your bow out. Your bow is in hand.
Bow, arrow,
Okay.
normal arrow.
All right, give me a stealth check.
Does Dex help stuff?
D20 plus 12 looks like.
Well, yeah, but does dexterity help it?
Yep.
Okay, then plus 14.
Because your cat's grace.
And haste doesn't affect it.
Correct.
17.
Okay. Just gonna write that near your name. Saun thinks he's hiding, but yeah. All right, Professor.
I'll start casting Summon Horror 3.
Okay, so that's a full round cast. So you're summoning. Well, the crawling claw is
Concentrating
on the major
auditory
image.
boost. I'll have stopped with the major image. It will linger for 3 plus half my level, so another 3 just for the smell of it, basically. An auditory hallucination will be the active
3 rounds.
6.
6.
And then
It'll last longer than your niece
Yeah.
does.
the auditory hallucination is what the hand's working on. It's doing the same kind of shit I've been saying. I may kind of.
So you pass the concentration of the auditory hallucination to your crawling claw.
Yeah.
Familiar. All right. And then you start a full round cast of summoning some sort of abyssal or.
Geez, I heard something about flaming, screaming skulls a second ago, though. I wonder what
Okay.
that could have been.
Inspiration has.
Alright, yeah, that makes sense.
Balamut's turn.
Where's Balamut?
Balamut's at the bottom.
Okay.
Walks here, I guess.
Okay.
And can you walk then try to hide or stealth?
You can take a single move and then try to stealth.
Right. So that was 65. Is his speed 60?
His speed is 40.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. So then he gets roughly here, and yeah, tries to stealth.
Okay.
Hold up.
Bear is smart. He has a +6 to his stealth. However, he's large. -4 for size is a +2 to stealth.
Bear is smart, so you could have instructed like Balamut hide.
Good.
I mean, it'd probably be something as simple as like attack here.
Yeah.
Like I'm assuming he know. Okay,
Give me
well,
a
no.
D20 +2.
12.
12.
Okay.
Alright, marked on the token, it is Pharisee.
This isn't really a pixel thing, so Pixel's gonna go down the mouth of the cave there and try and get total cover. Pharisee is gonna go over to sort of here and try and get at least partial cover.
Sure.
And
So you flutter across the opening of the cave that is
yeah,
Yeah.
slowly billowing
The
out
cave.
mist from the
Bard Song is lingering.
from the heat vents that are deep within.
Yeah.
And Bard's Song is lingering, so there is noise. You notice that the Yrthak is sort of. It looks like she's scanning the area as she's tilting her head off to the side.
Raider type deal.
Her mate will say, "Pay no attention to those sounds! The skulls!"
Okay. She is coming in very aggressively. Round 2, Mokranon is just going to stay put.
Did you say he turned into an amphora?
Yeah, like a big jug.
Which is brittle.
Yep.
Smart.
He's not. Yeah.
Okay.
He's not actually in. He's still. Yeah, we'll see.
Like a big grain jug, like the ones you guys were fiddling around with the sherds of outside of the fan ossuary.
Yeah.
I can see this, right? Like just looking. I have light sight of that.
Yeah. He's got a +30, so if he takes 1, you need to make a perception check DC 31 to actually see telltale traces of it being Mokranon.
Well,
Really good.
Yeah.
right, but also I know that an amphora there would be.
yeah.
He's the only amphora, I guess.
Right. Yeah. You wait till you see his home at the manor. So Mokranon's just hiding in plain sight. Cheksarat Gagat is hiding not in plain sight. And he's got a ready action to spring. Actually, he's going to delay. He wants all of his attacks.
That makes
As many as
Haste
possible.
attacks.
Zephyros holds his fireball. Things haven't gone violent yet, but the evocation is on the tip of his fat tongue. The Great Mother Yrthak, 240 feet.
I bet it's not on the tip of his fingers though.
She zooms up the side of the slope, and then beats her wings one great time to slow herself down and lands beside her mate.
Mm-hmm.
The ground trembles when she lands a little bit, rocks and things shifting. She sniffs at the illusion. Her head kind of goes back, like she doesn't understand the smell.
I kind of like the idea that there was
It's
a squeal
Drakkar
inside.
Noir.
And she basically used up all of her movement to get there. There's confusion. She's growling. There's just a sinister edge to the beast and its size. You would not want to be near its jaws, and you can hear like a high pitched reverberation building up in her building up in her gullet. Saun. Well, there's some ready to action, so I don't know. Zephyros could whip a fireball if now's the time.
I mean, he would make the decision. So you make the decision.
No,
for him, right?
there's three of you. Neil's not here. You guys can, by committee, make
There's gonna be
decisions.
at least one round of meaningless flaming skulls to distract it, which may eat up its attack.
I think we'll wait and see what happens with the flaming skulls.
Okay.
We are curious about
Yep.
the skull.
All right, and then
We don't see them yet
Tech-
either.
Tech isn't gonna leave his hiding spot right now, although it is definitely within range of some of you who are trying to. Look at Bahamut. Bahamut is not in range. There's one square of him that's in range. Okay, so she's gonna get a perception check, and then Saun is up the hill a little bit, and Pythagoras is just within range as well. So her perception, as she's looking around,
120. I'm technically in range.
gets a 37 as she scans the area. That beats Tech's 10 feet away. He has got a plus. Is it plus 2 for every 10 feet? Or 1 for every 10
I think
feet?
it's 1.
So she sees Tech. She also sees the rest of you that are within range.
Yeah.
With it rolls a 19.
Yeah, I think
She
my
does
stealth
roll.
is basically
She's like looking down at Tech and reverberations coming from her neck.
Do those checks happen like as she arrives, essentially? So they don't take like additional time.
She could use an action to re-roll if you didn't like
Gotcha.
your roll, like you're
Right.
basically seeking and looking around.
Mm-hmm.
However, she ran out of movement, like she's done. Saun, what are you doing?
Shooting. And so okay, explain to me how haste works.
Okay, so if you take a full round attack,
Mm-hmm.
you get an extra attack at your highest base attack bonus.
What if does it combine with rapid shot?
Yes. You take the same penalties on. So right now your bow is with rapid shot plus before modifiers +9, +9, +4.
Uh-huh.
You'd actually have a third one at +9.
And it would be the third. Like what is the sequence? I guess
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah, then rapid shot, and it's actually +11, +11, +11, +6.
It's probably much higher than that because Bard Song is running,
and Good Hope is running.
and
I
you get a +1 from haste.
So
So
attack? I thought it was just for AC.
no, it's for attack as well.
Okay.
So haste would be +10 Bard Song. You're at a +2 Bard Song.
+2 Bard Song.
+12 Cat's Grace. +14, and Good Hope stacks.
+2. Yeah.
You're
Good
at
Hope is morale. Bard Song is.
You're at +16, +16, +16, +11.
Mm-hmm. And that's for the rapid shot.
That's including the rapid shot. Yep.
Okay.
And you have your gravity bow running.
Yes.
Okay,
but
so
That I
treat-
think just affects damage, right?
yes, but there is a magical force like you're firing spears or javelins from your bow. Whoa, whoa! There's the massive siege weapon sound coming from. Are you deadly aiming?
That would prevent hitting somebody that's next to her, right?
He doesn't have deadly aim feet.
Yeah,
He
I don't
doesn't
think I
have
should
deadly-
have
okay, never mind.
Rabbit shot.
Hold up. I'm trying to find my Twitch. Oh, there we go. Yeah, just roll.
Oh, I just did. Yes.
Okay, so 20, 34, 33, 20.
Okay, the two 20s miss. However, the 34 and the 33 are both hits. As you send a hail of massive arrows flying in. Now the damage, this is also kind of ridiculous as well. Normally the bow is 2d6.
Mm-hmm.
When you increase its size category, I think it becomes 3d6.
Yeah, yeah.
And then damage-wise, what's adding the damage? Bard Song is.
Bard Song, Good Hope.
Good
and
Hope
then
adds the damage?
Good Hope adds the damage.
Okay.
Good Hope is why you roll Bard.
I think it's still 2d6 though. The bow. At least that's what I'm reading on my sheet.
2d6 is the normal damage that a big bow does.
Right. But it's like the category is one higher because of gravity bow.
Yeah, it becomes 3d6.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so you do 3d6 plus 9 for each hit.
And the plus comes from the buffs.
Mhm.
Yep.
And
That's what I've got him at too.
okay, so 3, 6 plus 9, 22.
22 damage, you strike the Great Mother Yrthak. She seems surprised by this and twitches.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next arrow,
17.
17. Alright, those wounds are not insignificant, but it's going to take much more than that to take her down. That second arrow kind of tore through her wing. She cries out in pain. She looks like she's going to breathe on something. And that was Saun. Zephyros, I think, is going to fireball. Yes? No?
Yes.
Yeah, at this
Okay.
point, I think it's cat's out of the bag on this one.
So Zephyros,
Yeah.
I'm going to drop his initiative to right after Saun. So it's like he rolled a 14. And he's going to make a cold fireball. And I think it's just damage. So somebody wants to roll, he's 7th level, so 7d6 plus 7.
I got it. 7d6 plus 7. 29.
29, and his DC is 1922 reflex save. Reflex save isn't that great.
She doesn't seem like a very...
18, she fails, so what was the total damage?
29?
29 damage.
Yes.
A cold fireball erupts all around her.
Isn't that just cold ball?
Gold Ball?
Yeah, it is a cold infused fireball that rips across her back. There is a
Fireball's like the brand name.
Fireball
It happens to
TM.
also be hot and fiery.
Yeah.
But other hot, fiery things
That are neither of
a
those.
bunch
things.
still exist, but they can't be called Fireball
Right.
due to
a
trademark.
bunch of mist and dew quickly evaporates. A rolling ball of smoke coming off of her back. Professor.
I'm going to cast my spell that I started last turn. I'm going to... It is a summon horror 3.
Yep.
Yes.
Do you have the tokens?
Yeah, I do. And it's 1d4 plus 1 creatures. I'm going to do level 1 creatures.
Okay.
I get 3 of them. So they are, I believe, tiny. How do I... Oh, I just drag them in? I forget how to...
Yeah, just drag them into the map tools.
Okay. There's...
So without metagaming, would you have actually warned me or the bear that this would be happening?
Actually, no.
So there's
Right.
there's some
That's not
demonic
Professor stuff.
fiery skulls
Yes.
Here now, how
Hold on,
far
I gotta
away
get
do they appear?
3 of them. So they appear, the max range I can cast them is 25 plus 30, 55.
Okay,
Yep.
They're approximately there.
In her head, she's gonna hear the other Yrthak say, "Ignore the others! They are nothing! Make the screams of the skulls stop!" And then I will fly them to within 30. They can fly at 40 feet.
Yep.
I want to fly them within 30 feet of her, and just be not 30 feet within range of tech. I think there's a way just to the north where I can probably get them in there.
So if they fly forward and they want to be within 30 feet of her, they're here.
Yes.
You could maneuver them over here, unless you want them to actually take an action.
I do want them to take an action.
Okay.
Are they within 30 feet of her?
Yes. No, they are.
But not within 30 of tech?
No. They probably.
Could I have summoned them a little farther up? Because I want them basically to end up where is just beyond 30 feet of tech. There.
Okay. So that now they're 30 feet away from her, or 25 feet away from her, and they're kind of in. They're all piled in that middle one square.
And they're gonna start screaming.
Okay. What do the fiery screaming skulls do?
A screaming beheaded can open its jaws and emit a bone-chilling scream. All creatures within 30 feet must make a will save.
Absolute best possible creature to summon.
Yes, I know.
That's so absurd and weird and appropriate. God, the professor.
And or be shaken for 1d4 rounds. It's a sonic mind affecting fear effect.
3 will saves. You know, when you start doing will saves in bulk, she has to roll basically once.
You can roll ones though, and in bulk you can roll ones.
No ones.
And she's now immune to the same beheaded scream for 24 hours, so sort of a one-off, but they're little tiny level 1
Alright,
horrors.
her head snaps in that direction as she believes.
Her mate is trying to convince her this is the real threat. They're screaming, they're beheaded skulls, it's crazy. I will also quick draw my little wand of forgetfulness and forget I ever summoned those horrific skulls.
Okay, you basically push the wand of forgetting, kind of wiping it across your forehead and taking the memory away.
And as part of that,
you want to add the number of levels
yeah,
of
I'm
evil
throwing
spells
that
you've
right
cast?
up. That's 3 summon horror 3s I've done. That puts me at 1 level 1, 3 level 2s, 5 level 3s. I'm starting to get pretty evil in my subconscious. And I will also throw.
I'm glad that you admit it.
Yeah.
You being a player.
But I don't know about it. I'm still sleep like a baby at night.
Oh, that's funny.
I can also throw a web 170 feet. It is a 20-foot radius. I'll throw 1 point into my arcane thing to increase the DC. I'll try and get her, but not tech.
A 20-foot radius web. Okay, so it needs anchor points, but because you're on a slope, some of the rocks are higher than the rocks down below. So there is sort of like if you're looking along the side of the road, there's a wedge of web.
Yeah.
Because she's on the ground and her wings are kind of flapping around on the ground. Her talon feet are there. She is now in the web, and there's a reflex save involved with this.
Yeah.
Do we have to roll for that will save?
No, because you're not close enough to the skulls to really have them.
Wait, so it's a bone chilling scream, but it's on the length of this room?
Yeah. You can hear it and be like, oh, that's weird.
A bone chilling scream from me is scarier than a bone chilling scream from someone.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
Yeah, the supernatural magical effect only happens to those that are close. Okay, so there's a bunch of there's like a carpet of like sticky spider webs that basically go along the road. It starts at this end of the Yrthak and kind of goes backwards, leaving a lot of room for Balamut and for Tech to get in there.
Yes.
What is the reflex save?
That will be 21.
What is
Picking on my
what's the stat behind the will saves?
wisdom.
Wisdom,
Okay.
yeah.
She gets a 17.
Ooh, alright.
She is entangled.
Hot damn.
There you go, boys. That's about all I'm gonna do. I'll try and lob
Webs that are-
some.
Hey, that's not bad though.
You guys do the rest.
Yeah. And by you guys, you mean not me,
Yeah,
right?
I mean like, Tag,
Balamut.
get in there.
What's Balamut
Saun,
doing?
rain hell down.
Is Balamut lumbering in, or is
He
he?
saw the skulls, but he was told to attack the thing. I think he'd attack the thing, unless he like, unless the skulls scare him or something.
Is he? Nope. Is he sneaking up on the Yrthak?
No,
or is
charging.
He's just going to charge. Okay. So that's 40 feet and another 40 feet. He's basically moving. He could run right up to the Yrthak if you want, or he could just move at a good clip. He's still too far away to charge.
Run right up.
Okay. So he's going to run right up here,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe he has reach of 5 feet. The Yrthak is entangled, but I think it still can make an AOO. Let me just look at the entangled condition. I don't think that this affects its attacks opportunities. It does attack. It takes a -2 penalty on all attack rolls. Okay. So the web
We'll take it.
Yep. Now, your Thak's attack. Thak attack.
Yes.
The Thak is back.
That's back, baby.
Its head is free and it just bites at Balamut as he comes running in. AC 34 on Balamut, I think, is a hit. It bites Balamut for 21 damage.
Ouch.
And Balamut is protected from Sonic.
There was a
There was a potion.
yeah. There
Yeah.
was,
Is this 10?
Saun has.
Okay, so a little bit of the reverberations that the creature had in its beak were resisted by the potion. So yeah, Balamut winces as he gets nipped by the massive jaws, and that's all he can do. Pharisee, your turn.
Pharisee is going to ready an action to cast Wall of Blindness, or sorry, in the Deafness version, Wall of Deafness.
Okay.
If it starts to move, like if it goes towards the skulls, or if it backs up, or if it flies towards us,
Okay.
I want to pop a wall in front of it.
Oh my god, that's
It's
so...
a 20-foot high thing, and it does not have to be anchored on the ground. So it shouldn't be too difficult to put it in its way. If I see it starting to move.
Okay. Makranam's movement right now is 20 plus 30 for haste is 50. So I think Makranam's gonna start making his way down.
makes sense.
Some of that's probably difficult terrain.
Yeah, so
too.
he's gonna take a single
Yeah,
move.
that makes sense.
So yeah, the pot basically grows these weird tentacle legs, and it's like scuttling down the hill.
Hastes its way on down.
Yep.
Can I just scream at it stop, like when I see it?
Yeah, all the tentacles disappeared and it just sits on a flat rock for a moment. You can tell Makranam might want to get into this. I think it's time for Tech to actually get into this. Unfortunately, it's too far away for him to just single attack and step out.
Yeah, so he'll have to move.
He jumps from underneath the Yrthak's wing, and he's going to do a charge, because I don't think he takes as many penalties with charge. He has a weird...
Yeah, the first the first attack after a power attack.
Mhm.
It's the power attack that he doesn't take the thing. I think charge is still normal.
He only has a -1 to AC after charge.
Oh, right,
This
nice.
is from his Fighter Dervish of Dawn.
Nice. All right. Cool.
At
Yeah.
7th level, it becomes no penalty. He's
Is-
in rage.
This when he rages, yeah, that makes sense.
Still rage.
Let me throw the rage on there.
Rage charge for the +2 to hit.
Charging.
He's also charge is full round action. Shit. He could not charge and grant half of his this thing. Okay, never mind. It's not one of his favorite items. Never mind.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah. Let's see what he's got here.
Check comes flashing in with the point of one of his blades. Defending the meat sled. Defend the meat sled.
Two-handed
That's what he
double
says.
sword.
The one thing we have that matters.
25?
Yep. Don't roll 1.
27. I
AC
rolled a
27.
2.
Yeah, he does get underneath the creature as it's flapping around and opens up a vicious wound.
Hell yeah, open it up, Tech.
For 25 damage.
80, 93. You guys have done 93 damage to it in so far. It hasn't got act hostile until now. Great Mother Yrthak. Well.
It's the skulls you gotta worry about.
Yeah, that's all you gotta worry about except for these 2 big things that are in melee with it.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what she can do.
It's the Nicolas Cage Ghost Riders coming on down.
Okay, she is going to her wings lift up and sort of wrap around her head a little bit.
Yeah.
And as she's unleashing her breath weapon, her wings kind of detract, and the insides of her wings seem to deflect a lot of the breath weapon. She turns her line into a fireball template of sonic damage.
That's wild.
Yeah, centered on her, which doesn't hurt her.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Oh no, the skulls. Oh, thank God.
Didn't quite get the skulls.
Oh, the meat sled.
The meat sled is taking some damage. All it's sonic, and it's meat, but
It's
Tenderized. Oh my God.
We can sell this for a lot of money.
Yeah.
the sonic damage does 8d8.
Oh fuck.
No saves or anything?
48 sonic damage. This is a reflex save.
Okay.
Dodge the sound.
The DC is
Haste, you said, helps reflex saves?
22.
Tech makes it with a 26.
Okay.
He's got a plus 17 on his reflex.
What is what's the stat behind reflex?
It's already in the it's dexterity.
Okay. Oh, that's right, because I'm looking at that.
So Balmut's reflex save?
Do any of the buffs help it?
Unfortunately not.
Gotcha.
Actually, Good Hope does.
Oh,
Ooh.
+2. So plus 8.
So- Oh, because okay, yeah. 20.
Nat 20. Balmut, because he's a animal companion, has a special power called evasion.
Mm.
So for most characters, if you make a saving throw for this type of save, you take half.
Mm.
Because he has evasion, he takes nothing.
Yeah.
So Balmut just basically went down went down to the ground and put his kind of like claws over his ears as the screaming blasted over him. He looks a little frazzled, but he takes no damage.
Oh my God, that's
And then
huge, dude.
Tech does not have evasion yet because he's not
Does
like
not
a
have
15th level ranger or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10th level ranger maybe. Anyways,
Yeah,
so he takes
Just
half.
take half and then
24 and then
reduce
10.
by 10.
Yeah, so he takes 14 damage.
Oh shit.
And then that meat sled.
Come on.
It is a object, so it takes half damage. The meat is all kind of like all sorts of tenderized and pureed. Like it is
Ready for taco night later.
right.
Well, that's ground.
But
yes.
the sled is probably 5 hardness and 10 hit points.
What's it? It's made out of a Yrthak wing.
Oh, it was made out of the Yrthak. Give me a second.
This is the perfect sled for the job.
It is immune to sonic damage. It sort of bounces around.
Just
There's just like a puree of meat. It goes flipping around, but it catches
Delightful.
it catches
Hold
some
on,
wind,
but
and,
the
and the sled just kind of gets knocked over here on its side.
but whatever's connecting the wings, that has to have been like rope
Yeah.
or
Oh
something.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure now it's just a couple of Yrthak wings and.
Right.
Yeah, you'll have to DC 10 craft check it back together at the
Yeah,
end.
it was
of
not an
Yeah.
amazing piece of engineering.
Okay.
That's what it was.
Marvel of it. But in fact, you're right.
It was made of Yrthak bones.
Sometimes it's what you need.
It doesn't like the webs, so it's kind of like eating at the webs to try to like pull itself free from the webs. And it gets a check. Give me a second. No, you can't make these checks as move action probably.
It attempts movement, not on a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
28. Okay, so it is broken free. It is no longer entangled in the webs, but it ends its turn in the webs. So I think it has to make a save again. Give me a second. Web is one of those spells.
Reasonably likely.
It's actually grappled, not tangled. Whatever.
It doesn't say if you have to.
No, it's now broken free.
Put a level 1 spell on it.
Sure. It's difficult terrain though, so if it's moving around, then it'll move around slowly. Saun.
Here we go.
Legolas bullshit. Repeat the exact same thing.
Right. You are arching from a safe distance.
Raining
arching,
hell from
yes.
above.
Hold up.
How arch of you.
Haste is still running.
Is there a way to have like several, like is there a syntax for like, XD 20 plus
3. What is your bonus on 3-year attacks?
16?
So 3 number sign 1d20 plus 16 will give you what you're looking for.
Number sign pound?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 29 is a hit, 29 is a hit, and 20 is a miss.
Mm-hmm. And
And your last attack is at a plus 11.
22.
22 misses barely. So you got 2 hits again.
Mm-hmm.
You're firing from above.
Yes.
+1 from above is a hit.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay.
So you got 3 hits. It doesn't have any damage reduction, so you could roll all the damage together. That would be 9d6 plus 27.
Let's see. We got.
Well, it's 3, number 3 is 6 plus 9.
Yeah, but if you want to do it all, so I don't have to add up 3 numbers, that would be
Oh, it doesn't give you.
Yeah, 9 times 3 is 27.
okay.
Okay.
9d6 plus 27. 64 damage total on your round.
Holy shit, dude.
That's solid.
It
That
is the
was-
list of, like,
That was crazy.
Your arrows are ripping into its flesh, tearing through its wing, and then one of them lodges itself kind of at the base of the horn of its head, and its head is just flapping back. It's not making any intelligence speech anymore, it's just making big, angry
hurt
Ah,
noises.
I'll tell it. I told you to focus on the heads!
The Zephyros.
Insult to injury there.
Zephyros, not wanting to burn away the webs that you've created, will continue to use cold fire
Thank you.
because cold fire